This is player A, and this is player B. They are identical 18-year-old strikers who I have placed at Manchester City. Player A is a go-getter who is determined to make it at the highest level and has determination of 20. Player B, on the other hand, thinks he has now made the big time, and with determination of just 2, he lacks the drive and ambition of player A. In today's video, I'll be locking them both into Manchester City's starting lineup for 3 seasons to monitor how their determination attribute helps or hinders their progress. At the end of season 1, we can see that player A is showing clear signs of improvement. He has played in 47 games, scoring 23 goals and providing his teammates with 3 assists. Looking at his attribute growth, player A achieved major overall improvement in all 3 categories. For his position, the biggest gains were dribbling, first touch, anticipation, balance, pace and stamina. He has had a great first season and will look to kick on in season 2. Switching to player B, and we can see some slight development. He doesn't have the same type of growth as player A though. Player B would play in 39 games, scoring 12 goals and providing 4 assists for his teammates. Looking at his attribute progression, you can see he has had slight overall improvement in all 3 categories. Looking at the key attributes for his position, there is some growth in dribbling, passing, technique, anticipation, composure, decisions, off the ball, work rate and most of the physical attributes. At this point though, his growth is nowhere near that of player A. Let's jump another season forward and see what happens after a second season. After season 2, we can see that player A has continued his development in good style. He has played in 47 games, scoring 15 goals and providing 4 assists. Looking at his attribute progression, you can now see that his hard work is paying off. Lots of development and attributes with 2s and 3s are being scored. He continues to have major overall improvement in all 3 sections of his attributes. With his all-around game developing, he has had another good season. Switching to player B, and for the first time in the experiment, we see regression in his development. Strangely, the one standout growth is he is now up to 3 for determination. He has played in 46 games, scoring 15 goals and providing 10 assists for his teammates. Looking at his attribute progression, it is clear he isn't working hard enough to develop. This time around, he has had no significant change in all 3 categories of development. One thing that is interesting though, is that despite his determination, he finished level on goals and had more assists than player A. Let's see what happens to both players in the final season of the experiment. In the final season, it looks like player A's development has levelled off somewhat. The progression in his attributes isn't as visibly obvious. He has even somehow lost 2 points of his determination. He would play in 59 games, scoring 23 goals and providing 10 assists. When looking at the full attribute progression, it's clear to see that player A has had major improvements in all 3 areas of his game. He has had a good final season of the experiment. Switching to player B, and once again the progression in attributes doesn't look massive. The most obvious one is determination is now risen to 4. He would play 57 games in the final season, scoring 20 goals, providing 8 assists. Looking at player B's attribute progression and development tells the full story though. There are some real good improvements, but there are also some attributes where he has lost ability. Overall, he has had slight improvement in his technicals and major improvement in the mentals and physicals. Despite not developing as well as player A, he still has been matching him though for goals and assists. So overall, when you put the players side by side, you can see that the development of player A is greater than that of player B. What did surprise me though was the gap between the 2 wasn't greater. Player A would play a total of 160 games and score 71 goals. Player B would play a total of 142 games and he would score 47 goals. I think looking at it in the bigger picture, determination is important for player development, but maybe not as overpowered as people once thought. Right then, if you're still with me at this point of the video, firstly, a big thank you. Secondly, if you could hit the like button and subscribe to the channel, I really would appreciate it. I cannot thank you all enough for helping the channel to grow. Before you go, don't forget there are other things on the channel. Hints, tips, tutorials, let's plays, a little bit of something for everybody. But for this video, I'm going to leave it there. Big thank you for watching. See you on another video very soon.